Hello everyone, please pardon the background noise, and let's explain the rules for this little tier list. Firstly, I'm ignoring all Super Souls. Secondly, I am scaling each individual form of an awoken individually, like Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3, Super Vegeta 1 and 2, all that stuff. Thirdly, please pretend this is PowerPole Pro. Fourthly, I am assuming that the person who is using the transformation has already made their stat line accordingly. Like, they don't put a lot into strike supers when they're going for Super Vegeta, right? And now let's get into the tier list. Super Saiyan is first up. Solid C tier. It's not great, it's not bad, but I don't want to spend too much time on it because you kind of get the idea. Like, there's other better transformations in the exact same preset, in the exact same awoken you're using, like Super Saiyan 2. It does decrease the damage you take, and it increases strike supers by 10%, which is solid, but Ki Blast supers only by 5%. I think it also increases basic attack, but I'm not sure by how much. Pardon me. Super Saiyan 2. Everything this does, but better. End of story. But yeah, seriously, that's just an overall better transformation than this, with not too much of a key reduction cost. Super Saiyan 3, insane key reduction cost, which is why I don't put it in A tier. It also reduces the stamina you recover. Oops, sorry about that. It also reduces the stamina you recover, which is not ideal in a game that revolves around stamina pretty much exclusively. But yeah, Super Saiyan 3, a 25% boost to strike attacks, but overall, not the best pick. If you're a Saiyan, you have plenty of other better picks. Super Vegeta 1. Overall, it gives a higher stat boost to Ki Blast supers than this does to strike supers. So you're getting more bang for your buck if you choose this. It also reduces the damage you take from Ki-based supers more so than this one does, which is nice. I think it actually reduces it by like 12%, and this only does it by 10%, so that's something it has over that. I might put it over Super Saiyan 2, but it has a few things that it doesn't have going for it, like it's a slower transformation in general. Oops, sorry, I just realized something. There you go. There's like a little white bar down there because I'm using screen capture and everything, and that was part of the screen was white and it shut up. Anyway, Super Vegeta 2. This, but better. There's, like, what more do you want me to say? Future Super Saiyan. And insanely good. Not so much. It's not insanely good. It's decent. It's above normal Super Saiyan. It pretty much has the same stat boost as normal Super Saiyan, but it has a faster transformation. And it increases the amount of stamina you recover, which is pretty good. Its transformation, being faster, is also good to knock opponents back. And unlike Potential Unleash, which also has a very fast transformation, this one allows you to do it with 3 bars as opposed to 5, which is pretty good. Overall, solid C tier, better than Super Saiyan, even though it doesn't have a damage reduction for you. Like, you're going to be taking the same amount of damage in this as you would in base, which is not that big a deal considering this only does it by like 5%. One moment. Oops, scrolled up a little bit too far there. I didn't even right click. Can I just please get it perfectly there? Now, Super Saiyan God. Should I say anything else? Wait, you want me to? Okay, how about the fact that it'll literally take a 3/4 of your health in just one light combo string. 3/4 of your health. 1 bar of your health, not like literally 3/4 of your entire health, but 1 bar. 1 bar of your health is practically non-existent when you let this thing hit you with 1 combo string. And that's assuming they just do basic combos. Like, they have other combos that increase the amount of damage they do for like a certain amount of time, or is it a certain hit? I don't know, the wiki wasn't too specific on that. But I have faced this thing, and I can tell you that you shouldn't let this thing hit you more than 3 times before you vanish, because guess what? If you do, half a bar of your health, gone. It also It also increases the amount of ki you recover, which... Why? Why exactly? You're not even going to be using ki all that much. You're just going to use basic attacks because you don't need to use ki. It's insane. It also increases the amount of stamina you recover. Again, why? It's already insanely good. If anything, it should reduce the amount of stamina you recover, but nope. I think it also reduces the damage you take. Again, why? A 60% buff to your basic attack is insane. It doesn't need to be any better than that. In fact, I think it should be nerfed. But it's not, is it? Again, I'm going off the wiki. I haven't run any experiments myself, and it said 60% with like an extra 36% boost if you get the combos timed properly, which is insane. If you know one infinite, your opponent's dead. Like, I'm not explaining this any further. If you think this is anything other than top tier, you're stupid. Super Saiyan Blue. Yes, hello cat. Super Saiyan Blue. It's ki drain, not too severe, manageable. Some people don't like it. I think it's okay. Its stat boost is insane. Insane being relative compared to like Super Saiyan God, it's negligible, really. But compared to like everything else, it's pretty solid. It increases the amount of damage you take, which is why I don't really put it in S tier. That and its long transformation, and the fact it needs 5 bars of ki to even transform in the first place. But overall, it's a really good transformation. Really solid for any Saiyan build. In fact, the only reason you wouldn't use this is if you wanted to use this. Don't use this. Please. Spare me. But yeah, this in general is a pretty solid A tier. Nothing too extreme, but, you know, not too bad either. Next up, Evolution. I think it's lower than Blue in general because its drain is way too fast. You can't maintain it. And if you're going to use this, just use God instead. Because you're not going to be doing anything else but basic attacks with Blue Evolution. If you wanted to use it more than 30 seconds. Cat, I'm doing something. You can wait. Then we, yeah, but this is just not as good as this. It does increase the amount of stamina you recover and reduces the damage you take. But it has the second longest transformation out of all of these. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, Pure Progress it takes longer, but it's not CAC transformation, so I don't care about it. Potential Unleashed. No drawbacks whatsoever after you transform. It's extremely fast, like Future Super Saiyan, so you can use it to knock people back, as long as you have 5 bars of ki. And it provides you with a higher ki increase. Ki recovery increase. Which, unlike with Super Saiyan God, you might actually want to use things other than basic attacks, so that's useful. Also, if you use it on a human, the extra ki increase will be doubled. Not really doubled, but it'll increase, and humans gain an attack boost when their ki is full. So, again, that's useful. It's pretty much exclusively meant for humans because Saiyans have so many other better transformations, or at least ones that they could use that could be considered better with the right build. Like this, or this, maybe this. But in general, it's okay. Maybe it's an A tier. No, it's an S tier. There's no drawbacks to it. Any form that doesn't have any drawbacks after you transform is S tier. And I'll stand by that. I don't use this form too much, so I don't know how to properly rank it. Just leave me alone about it, please. Kaioken. Garbage. Don't use base Kaioken at all. Even if it allowed you to recover your stamina at a slightly slower speed than normal, no one would use it. Even with the slight stamina, vanish cost reduction. No one would use it, even if you could still recover stamina. Because, well, guess what? Its attack boost is garbage. Its reduction cost is garbage. It's not good. ×3? I think it's a solid C tier. Like, it's not there because of its damage boost, which is pretty bad, but it also gives you a solid speed boost, which is good, and it gives you a solid Vanish cost reduction, which is also good. I think it's like bottom of the C tier, maybe D tier. I'm going to put it in D tier. Times 20. Times 20 is actually pretty good in its attack boost. It does the same as Potential Unleashed, which is actually pretty good. 15% across the board, and your vanishes are free. Granted, it does have a weakness to where if your opponent wants to hit you with something like a Kamehameha, you can't vanish from that, so you're going to have to use an evasive or let it hit you. And you shouldn't let it hit you, because guess what? You take way more damage in this form. Combine that with the fact they're probably going to have a transformation that makes them do more damage, and you don't want to let that hit you at all. But overall, it's a low C tier. I'm not going to put in D tier just because I love Kaioken so much. But yeah, you get the idea. Giant Namekian is better than times 3, possibly. But if your opponent has so much as one ultimate attack or even one super that just does relatively good damage, you're dead. There is a certain trick with it that I like to do. Because, well, they will obviously go for like an ultimate to reduce your stamina and break you. But if they have one that takes a long time to work, say like Final Explosion, Super Spirit Bomb, which at that point you could just grab them out of it in Giant Namekian, but you don't have to. Or something that takes long like that, you can de-transform and then burst dash towards them to break their own stamina. That's a neat little trick, but overall it's not extremely good. Golden Form. A solid stat boost to key-based attacks and key-based ultimates, but overall, it's not A tier. I can't put this in A tier. Like, it does reduce the amount of ki you recover, and it's on a Frieza, and it's Frieza exclusive, and Frieza races are not the best. Like, they're good, but they're not like male Earthling or male Saiyan good, okay? Like, but it's pretty good. It's pretty solid. It grants a massive buff to ki-based attacks, but not like the same way this thing does to basic attacks like Jesus Christ. Its transformation only costs 3 bars, which is good, and it's relatively slow compared to most, but not bad. Then we have this. Power Pole Pro. Oh my god, do you want to ruin your friendships? This thing is absolutely busted. The only downside it has is the long transformation time. You could grab someone out of it, but unless your grab has like iframes of itself, which some do, I think, but the animation itself, you're going to be knocked out of it by just a light tap of the power pole, and you're going to be sent flying. And on male Earthlings, they do more damage, female Earthlings as well, when they have full ki. And the power pole doesn't have any supers or ultimates, so you're going to have full ki. It doesn't grant you a good damage boost, but it does grant you a decent one. So yeah, that's insane. No one's going to be able to touch you. You have iframes on tap. Like, you think Hercule has iframes? Buddy, you just have to dash, and then iframes for days. No one's hitting you with anything that isn't a grab, and even then you can use that to get out of a grab. If your opponent doesn't pick a character specifically to counter that, you win. End of story. But yeah, thanks for watching the video, and good luck with tomorrow and every day after. If you disagree, tell me, and I'll tell you why you're wrong.